The one spectrum in keyboards I've witnessed that's had the most development over the years would probably be the entry-level space, with companies competing in a race to the bottom in terms of price. We have seen the sacrifices they've made to hit those numbers, whether in features, add-ons, or whatnot. But maybe with Wuque Studio and Meltrix's newest lineup, we're coming to a point where we're reaching that happy medium between price and perceived value. So let's check it out. This is a Zoom TKL or 87, which starts at $180, and I think pushes the definition of what an entry-level board should offer. Do note that this is still a proto, so there are issues here that will be resolved in the production run. As far as what you get with the board, included in the carrying case is a coiled cable, 1.2mm Bluetooth capable PCB, battery, 2 different plate options to choose from, which are alu with no foam, or polycarbonate with basically all the foam, gaskets, stabilizers, tidbits, and the board itself. Mine did come with an extra FR4 and carbon fiber plate, as well as the additional PVD gold and silver backplates with the accompanying accents. Aesthetically, this board is reference and I'm all about it. It has a seamless side profile, decently low front height paired with a slight cherry lip, split weight design we've seen implemented on other boards before, and ambient lighting. One thing to note is that this specific weight is glass, which apart from being a fingerprint magnet, I would recommend being a bit more careful when handling this. The Zoom does have a nano coating as opposed to traditional ano or e-coating, and it's a bit rougher to the touch. It's still smooth, but sort of in between my Vita coating and any other anodized board. The gray on my unit is a bit sparkly, so you may or may not like that. And on the topic of taste, the ambient lighting is a nice touch. It does spill into the top case unfortunately, but the light bleed has been fixed for the production run. While this specific unit is WinKey, Wuque Studio is planning on releasing a WinKeyless version utilizing the same top case, but we'll have to wait to see how that's going to play out. Similarly, what I thought was interesting is that while this default PCB does not support Sangan layout or ISO, the extras PCB will, and while I think that's kind of a missed mark, I don't want to take away from the fact that the default PCB does support split backspace, step caps, a variety of split spacebar options left to right as well, which at this price point, multi-hot swap layout PCB is like non-existent and a huge plus. Build-wise, the Zoom is very straightforward. Prepper stabs as usual, slot your switches into the plate, feed the gasket between the legs of the plate, and reassemble the board. If you opt for no foam, there's quite a bit of give even for the alu plate, and I'll play through a couple configs so you can kind of get an idea of the sound profile. While swapping to the SOTC switches with plate foam and carbon fiber plate does help with the sound, the Zoom does kind of sound flat, is probably the best way I can describe it. Personally, I think louder long pole switches would do really well on this board, and I did notice that my 9009 keycap set did make the sound profile a bit muted, but I like the aesthetic, so I'm keeping it on. I will say, even with both the plate and case foam in this board, it's damn comfortable to type on. The low front chin, 5-degree typing angle, and the cuts on the PCB and plate give it a stiff but cushioned typing experience. Now bringing it back, there's a lot of things I love about this board. The aesthetics, comfortable typing experience, over 240 variations with the case and weight choices, the price point, multi-hot swap layout, and the Bluetooth capability included at the base price. But there's some things I'm personally not a fan of, like the QC milling issues on the inside case, sharp PCB sockets, and expanded layout that's only available on the extra PCB. My daughter board was upside down for some reason, my CNC cable will not fit this keyboard, and there's just too many flex cuts. On that last part, I think the board would sound considerably better if there weren't so many flex cuts. But then on the other hand, if we got rid of the flex cuts, the typing experience would suffer, so... But that brings us back to our main point. For a starting price of $180 before shipping and taxes, does the Zoom TKL have any compromises that would deter you from buying the board? Maybe, but ultimately it's up to you to decide if you're willing to look past them and if the Zoom TKL is worthy of being added to the collection. Personally, I would recommend this board, specifically for those who are looking to get into the custom space, since the Zoom TKL just has so much to offer with sound, feel, and aesthetics, and at a killer price point, or maybe even for those wanting to experience a new layout without breaking the bank. And on a parting note, you are probably getting the best bang for your buck value with the Zoom TKL, at least compared to like other options on the market. The group buy for this board will run from November 15th to the 29th, and you can check out more details pinned in the description. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you think of Wuque Studios' newest TKL down below. Take care and have a good one. Thanks.